Hello and welcome to Show Me Tech Tips, and in today's video we're going to talk all about mail merge. So let's first start by talking about what is mail merge. So a mail merge is a document which could, for instance, be printed or sent by email, where most of the document is the same but it's been personalized and some details have been changed for each recipient. So for instance, maybe you want to send a letter out. The body of the letter, the text of the letter is all the same, but the person it's being sent to is different and some details are changing for each one. So rather than write out the letter lots of times or cut and paste from another document and make the changes manually, you can use mail merge, and mail merge does it all automatically for you, and that is what we're going to look at today. So let's get started. So let's have a quick look at an example so you get the idea of what we're talking about. So I've created a letter here, and you can see it says Show Me Tech Tips. It's got an address down the right hand side, a date, a recipient, and it says thank you for your purchase of the Ultimate Squirrel boxing gloves on this date. If you need any assistance with the product, please reach out to our customer service team. If you like using our product, then we would really appreciate you leaving a review on our site. Warm regards, and then your name. Okay, so you can see the body of the text I want to stay the same, and I've just gone through and highlighted with a highlighter the bits I want to change for each customer. So in order to do a mail merge, we need two things. We need the document which we want to personalize, so in this case it's just a template I got from Word, and we need the things that are going to change for each person, and we're going to do that using Excel. So here's an Excel spreadsheet that we're going to use to change. So I've got 3 different customers. I've got the street address, city, zip code, phone, email, product they bought, and the purchase date. And what I want to do is have 3 letters produced with these 3 sets of details, one for each. So the first thing I need to do is make sure I've got the data. Obviously I'm more than 3 people, and these are just random headings I put based on the letter that I created. So these could be absolutely anything depending on what you want to personalize. So importantly though, what I need to do is I need to save this spreadsheet, and then we're going to be able to use it. So I'm just going to save it now. So I've saved this sheet. Again, in the comments at the bottom you'll see a copy of the Word document so you can follow along as I do it, and a copy of this data. Okay, now important thing that sometimes people don't realise is it's a really good idea to close the Excel spreadsheet before you do any of the actual merging. Sometimes Excel doesn't like it when the spreadsheet's open, so it's best just to close it. So I'm going to close the spreadsheet and I'm back with the Word document. So what I need to do now is link this Word document to that Excel spreadsheet, because I want Word to pull through all that data. So to do that, I'm going to go up to mailings. I'm going to put select recipients. So when I click on that, it gives me 3 options: type a new list, use an existing list, or choose from Outlook contacts. I want to use an existing list. So I'm now going to find the file. So here you can see I've got the file customer details. That's what I'm going to click on. And it's going to ask me which sheet do I want to pull the data from. Well, it's on sheet 1, so I'm going to use sheet 1. If I'd put the data on sheet 2, obviously I could pick that, but it's only on sheet 1, so I'm going to click OK. Okay, now the 2 are linked. Now it might not look like they're linked, but they are actually linked. So now I've got to go through and tell Word which bits to put in which place. So for instance, on the street address here, and the telephone and the email, I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to go insert merge field, and what I want there is the street address, the city, the zip code, the phone, and the email, and these have been pulled in from the Excel. So because I named my column sensibly, it was easy to pick out which is which. Just going to put some things in here. Okay, now you can see the double sort of brackets. That tells you it's pulling in the information from Excel. Now the recipient I'm going to swap that. I'm going to delete that and put in insert name, and instead of the gloves, I'm going to insert the product they bought, and instead of the date, I'm going to put purchase date. Okay, let me just get rid of all the highlighting because that was just to show you what I was doing. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I want to see what does that actually look like. Is it looking anything like I expect it to? So let me go to mailings, and I can see what it's going to look like by clicking this preview results. So when I click on preview results, you can see it starts to pull that data in. Now it's all looking pretty good, apart from the thing I notice is the Badger Town and the zip code need a space. So if you look here, I haven't got a space. So what I want to do is put a space between them. So I'm just going to put a space between them and then go back to preview. And yeah, that looks better. Now it's got a space between the zip code and the city. I'm happy with the rest of this. The name, that's fine. I've got the date there, which is fine. Okay, so it is looking pretty good. Now you might think, well, that's the first one. How do I see the second one? Well, that's controlled by these arrows up here. And go on to the next one. You can see there the next one. You can see everything's changed for that customer. And I can go on to the third one. And remember, there's nothing more than that, so I can't click. I can go back. Okay, and forward. Okay, if I want to go back to the code, as it were, I can click on the preview results. So it's quite good just to flick through, just check there's nothing too strange happening, but it's all looking pretty good. So the last thing I want to do is just change this date. Now this is not technically a mail merge situation, but I will show you how to do this. I want the date to be whatever the date is that the letter's printed on. So I'm going to go insert, and then I want to go date and time. I'm going to pick the format I want it like this, but this is important. I'm going to click update automatically, and that shows the date that it is today, and if I open this document up in a week's time, it will change to the 18th of October. So that will always be the date I open the document. So that's looking pretty good. I've got everything sorted. Again, I go back to mailings. I can go back and just check I'm happy with everything. And then what I need to do is I then need to do something with these documents. So there's three options that you have, and that's on this finish and merge tab here. So one thing you can do is edit individual documents. So that means if you just need to make slight adjustments, so maybe every letter is the same, but there's one person who's going to have a different letter for whatever reason, and you just need to change that one, then click on edit individual documents, put OK, and you can see now I've got one page per document with the three sets of information. If I now want to just change it, this is now no longer a merged document, so I can just change this one if I don't want this customer to reach out, and notice the other ones don't change, and I can just print or email or do whatever it is I wish to do. The second option is to print documents. So basically what this does is it will run through all the documents one at a time and print one of each. So that's again can be quite useful. Now very occasionally if you've got a complicated document, Word sometimes does hiccup at this point. If you do find it hiccups, then what you can do is go to the edit all documents and just simply print. That seems to get rid of most of the problems that people tend to have. So I would say 9 times out of 10 you can just merge to printer, it's not a problem. But every now and then, for no particular reason, Word will hiccup and not print it out correctly. So therefore go to edit documents and then just go file, print, and do it that way. The last option is if you've got email addresses, is you can actually do these as emails and send them out, provided you give an email address in that Excel document, and it will go through and email the correct document to the correct person. Again, that can save you a lot of time and effort, particularly if you've got 500, 600 customers. Of course, being very wary of the rules and laws in your countries about sending out mass emails. So there you have it. That's a quick rundown of how to do a mail merge. The only other thing I'll just very quickly show you just to finish off is if you decided you had this list of customers but you didn't want to send out this to everybody, you can actually edit the recipients. Here you can see the 3 people I'm going to send out to, and if I didn't want to send out to all 3, then I could simply unclick the box and then it would only send to the ones that are highlighted here. So let's say I only want to send it to Bob Bobbitt. If I click OK, you can now see I can only have Bob Bobbitt as an option, and when I print, only his will come out. As opposed to if I now click on Stamps Vote, I get both those options are now, and when I printed, those 2 would come out. And of course, I can click at the top and get all 3 highlighted. Okay, I can also do filtering and all sorts of special things should I want to, but that's a bit beyond what I want to do for this basic mail merge document. So that concludes our basic rundown of how to do a mail merge. Hopefully you find that useful. Remember, mail merge can be incredibly powerful. This is just one example of what you can do with it. If you've got any questions, do pop them in the comments below, and I look forward to catching up with you soon again on Show Me Tech Tips.